You have to play dirty at times to get what you want. Lose a battle to win the war, set free in order for it to return. What's right and what's wrong is only a matter of perspective. Until the lion tells his story, the hunter continues to be the hero. You may pity me for my situation, but until you have heard my story you are free to hold your judgment. But trust me, I have done what I felt was needed to be done. Hey, Sam. Please let me take my leave early. Something wrong, Noel? Nothing much. Want to surprise Kate, I replied with a grin on my face. Oh. It's your anniversary today, isn't it? Samuel replied with an air of recollection. Sure. How can I say no to my veteran salesman? Thanks, mate, you're the best. I left the building with a smile on my face. I got in the vehicle, opened my wallet and removed $50. My eyes fell on my wedding picture. I am lucky to have her. I drove a few blocks to the east to her favorite flower shop. White lilies are her favorite. I had to pull another $10 to make the purchase. I took the bouquet, keeping it in the front seat, next to mine. I was on my way back home. Kate and I were married for 4 years. She is one of the most beautiful girls that anyone could wish for. She is slim-built, with brown hair and brown eyes. She stands at 5 feet 6 inches tall. I always wondered how she managed to keep a well-fit sexy body. Kate and I had met each other at some party. I had managed to capture her attention with my small talk and we ended up exchanging our phone numbers. At the end of the party, as we parted ways. Within 2 days, I managed to ask her out on a date. We dated for 5 months before I decided to go down on my knees. I wasn't surprised that she said yes to me. In a month we got married. I still remember our wedding night. The night of pure bliss. We both reached home and upon entering the house we began to passionately kiss each other. I lifted her in my arms and carried her to the bedroom. She was still in her wedding dress. In 2 years' time, we welcomed a baby girl in our family. I was ecstatic. What more could I ask for? I had everything. I managed to make a lot of sales in the office and at home. I managed to make a lot of love. I had a perfect life. I reached my house, but want to keep the element of surprise, I stopped a few meters before my house. Grabbing the bouquet of flowers, I made my way towards the house. I reached the door and putting the bouquet under my arms I put my hand in the pocket to remove the key. Yes. Show me. I froze. The voice came from the top floor, which happens to be our bedroom. Come closer. I dared not reach any conclusion unless I have seen things for myself. I put key through the keyhole and slowly opened the door. Entering the house I managed to close the door without any noise. Open that mouth of yours. My mind went blank. The only choice I had was to see for myself what was actually happening. I removed my shoes in order to conceal the noise. I made a careful attempt to sneak up to the bedroom. I climbed the stairs and slowly walking towards the room ahead of me. I managed to get a peek through the keyhole. What I saw through the keyhole hit me real bad. I saw my wife with an unknown man. I could not believe what had just happened. It is a dream. I made my way out of the house and reached the car. The bouquet of the flower was still in my hand. I sat in disbelief. My wife cheated on me with another man on our marital bed. What hurt me, even more, was that she had forgotten completely about our wedding anniversary. Did she even love me? I looked at my wedding ring and tears began to flood my eyes. I sat there and cried. Why? How long? Why him? Was I wrong? I sat there for an hour looking the ring in my finger. The image of my daughter suddenly flashed in front of me. With her thought in mind, I made my way to her playschool. I drove Sarah, my daughter, to my mom's place. The entire time I held back my tears. My mom sent her best wishes, as it was my wedding anniversary. The fact that my mom knew my anniversary and my wife didn't, pinched my heart. I took my leave and got in the car. The floodgates were now open. I had made up my mind to confront Kate. I needed an explanation. I had been a faithful husband, and at the back of my mind, I wanted her to be the same. I was angry. I had done everything to make her happy. I worked a lot to make money, sacrificed my gym workout in order to work some more to make more cash available. She had everything at her disposal, and yet, she cheated on me with a guy who treated her like a bitch. A queen of my heart being treated like a bitch by a stranger. I needed an answer. I parked the car in the garage, took the bouquet of flowers and dumped it in the waste bin in front of my house. I walked to the door and rang the bell, which was not normal of me. "Sweetheart. It's your house. Come in." I put the key in the keyhole and opened the door. Upon entering the house I saw a table with a candle lit and 2 wine glasses. I saw Kate in her red dress, a dress which she saved for a special occasion. She came towards and grabbing me by my hair gave me a kiss. "Happy anniversary." WTF. She does remember our anniversary. I had no idea what was happening. My wife, who cheated on me 2 hours ago, was acting as if nothing had happened. She was graceful in her action, and that made believe that I was hallucinating. She took me by my hand and made me sit on the chair. She settled herself on the chair in front of me. I could see the lust in her eyes. She took the glass in her hand and took a seductive sip, with her eyes still fixed on me. She spoke, "So Sarah is at your mom's place then. Looks like you have a plan for tonight." It dawned to me then, that my mom had called her. I decided to play along. "Darling. You know how much I'm looking forward to this night," I replied. I took her hand and bringing it close to my lips, kissed it. "I'm so fortunate to have a wife like you. What more can I ask for?" On hearing my words, she immediately took her hand back from my hand and replied, "Okay dear, let's dig in. I want to take this to the bedroom." We had our meal and leaving the dish on the table itself, we went to the bedroom. I garbed her and bringing her closer to me, I kissed her. She responded back by kissing me back. I was boiling with anger from within. I made my way to the door and as I was leaving the room I banged the door. I went to the living room and sitting in front of the sofa began to flip through the channels. One thing was clear in my mind. My wife was having an affair with another man. I grabbed my cell phone from the table near the sofa and began to browse through my wife's Facebook profile. I opened her Friends tab and browsed through the faces. I scrolled down until I spotted a familiar face. Derry. I clenched the phone and smashed it on the floor. I remember waking up the next day sitting on the sofa. I went to the bedroom upstairs and found my wife, still sleeping. I washed and got dressed up. Without any breakfast, I left the house for my mom's house and picked up Sarah. I dropped her back home, then I went to work. For the rest of the week, I was disoriented. I could not focus on my work, nor could I speak normally with Kate. She didn't bother to inquire. We had had our fights and we would always ignore the matter and continue working as if things were fine. At work, I lost a couple of valuable clients. Samuel, my boss, gave me a pep talk and inquired about my life. He requested me to join the gym once again as I was in bad shape. It had been 5 years since I had stopped working out. I made a new membership and began to work out. It was there that I met Bella, an old friend who was close to me back then. Bella and I were friends since our university studies. I always treated her as a friend even though she was beautiful and outgoing in her nature. "Hey, boy. Long time no see," she said with a big smile on her face. "Nice to meet you too, Bella. It's been ages. How is your wife?" she asked, still maintaining the smile on her face. "She is fine. I have a daughter too, Sarah." I replied. "Not bad, Noelle. Looks like you are happy with your life. Mine kind of sucked. Mel passed away 3 years ago, and I am stuck with my son. So sorry to hear that. Don't be. I never really loved him. I am kind of happy with my son. I come here to remove my frustration and to maintain my body, she replied with a burst of laughter. You're still the same, Belle. Okay, I have to continue my workout. Let's grab a beer or something, later. Fine. Drinks are on me, I shouted as she made her way to the exercise bench. Over a period of time, Bella and I became good friends again. We would meet 3 times a week in the gym and work out, then head to the bar, which was a few minutes away, and chat for some time. It didn't take long for her to confess that she had a crush on me back then. Belle. Why didn't you tell me about this? I asked with a note of surprise in my voice. I didn't want to ruin what we had between us, she replied, a chuckle. You have a beautiful wife now, and I still have some men who are ready to me when I want them. So we all are happy. With that, we both laughed. Before parting, I gave a kiss on Bella's cheek. She was surprised, and then I saw a smile drawing upon her face. We both wished each other good evening, and we parted ways. As soon as I got in the car, I got a call from my mom saying that Kate had dropped Sarah at her place. I grew suspicious of Kate. I drove immediately back home, and parking my car a few meters away from my house, I made my way to the door. The familiar voice made my blood boil with anger. I stood facing my door and tears began to flood my eyes. I went back to the car, sat there and wept. Kate was again cheating with that asshole. I grabbed my phone and called Bella. I asked her if I could have a word with her. Noelle. Is everything fine? She asked with concern in her voice. I need to tell you something, if that's fine with you, I told her, controlling by sobs. Come over. Let's talk. I made my way to Bella's house. I knocked on her door and waited for her to reply. Come in, Noelle. It's open. I made my way in and sat on the couch. I looked around and I saw that she was still in her tracksuit. I sat there in silence, and then the floodgates were open. She's cheating on me, I said, sobbing. What? Kate is cheating on you? Yes. I saw her being cheated on me with some asshole. I narrated her the entire incident. She listened to my entire story. I managed to control my sobbing and looked at her. She asked with surprise in her voice. Here's what we'll do. Call her and tell her that you will be delayed due to office work. What? That means they will continue. You want your wife back, don't you? I was silent for a while. And after a minute of silence, I said yes. I called home and told Kate that I would be coming home late. She inquired about my work and told me that she would wait for me till came back. With that, I cut the call and looked at Bella for further instruction. I will help you win her back. I know how to handle bitches like her. But you have to do exactly what I tell you. What do I have to do? I asked with concern in my voice. Relax, sweetie, you are going to enjoy the outcome. Before that, we have to take care of something right here. With that, she stood in front of. She looked me in my eyes. What are you doing, Belle? Receiving my payment for helping you. I'm so sorry, Belle. I don't know what came over me, I said apologetically. It's okay, Noelle. I've wanted to do this for a long time, she replied, looking up. Allow me to continue. Okay, Noelle. Let's talk about your wife. I have a plan to help you win her back. This will hurt you to the core, but you will end up having complete control over her. Okay, what do you suggest that I do? Confronting her directly might bring a dent in our relationship. She might not even love me in the future. But if I continue to act negligently, who knows, she might leave me for that asshole, I replied with a bit of anger in my voice. Exactly. You still have the charm and the brain, she gave a look of admiration. So I have something that will knock the living daylights out of her setup. With that, she took her phone and showed me a clip which made my eyes grow wide. "What the heck is that?" I shouted. "That guy over there is known as a cuck. The woman there is his wife and the man is her lover. It's a cuckold relationship," she replied with a grin on her face.